So hello everybody and welcome. I'm back with another video, and just as I promised you in the last video, I'm going to talk about the SSA, which is short for I'm going to talk about the SSA, which is short for Scratch Stress Analyzer, in the FilmDoctor again. And yeah. So in the last video I talked about the SSA module in this FilmDoctor Studios, and yeah, I basically showed you how it works and such. But yeah, if you want to go and watch it, the link is in the description. You can also just watch this one, don't worry, I will explain everything kind of again in this video. So yeah, you don't have to watch it, but if you want to, you can go and watch it if you want more information about this whole topic. Now, yeah, what did we do in the last video? So in the last video we talked about the SSA. We talked about what the SSA can do, and basically I showed you with an example everything that you can do with it, how the results are going to look like, what you can do with it, and yeah, basically everything that is important to know. Now, yeah, basically for the SSA to work, you're going to need measurement data. Where can you get this measurement data from? You can get this measurement data from Scratch test scans or previous Scratch test scans, where you scratch over a surface and measure or scan how the surface looks like. For this we have three different measurement data that are important. We have the pre-scan. And what is the pre-scan? It is when you go over your material before the actual scan, before the actual scratch, to see how your surface and your topography of your material looks like. So yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Now then we have the main scan, which is the one that you do during the scratch. So this is there for seeing how your surface looks like during the scratch and how it deforms. And then we have a post scan, which is a scan that you do after the scratch, to see how your surface looks like after the scratch. Pretty simple. You have before, during and after. All these are three measurement data that are important for the scratch. Of course you have a lot more, like how does your indenter look like, how does your material, what does your material consist of, and all of this stuff. But those are the ones that are important for the scratch. The other things are more like basic stuff that you probably need anywhere and everywhere. Yeah, so now the important thing, or the interesting thing about the FilmDoctor is that it has different methods with which it can approach how to work with everything. And I'm talking about the three-path scratch scan methods. So what are those? Those are basically the three-path scratch scan method is when you use all those measurement data that I told you about, so the pre-scan, the main scan and the post-scan, to give your FilmDoctor so that he can work with it. That's what we did in the last video. We also did in the last video, and this is where the FilmDoctor is special, the two-path scratch scan method. What is this? this is just the same thing, but without the pre-scan. So in the FilmDoctor, it is special that you don't really have to use all of those 3 measurement datas. You just need the main scan. And yeah, that's what we are going to do. In the last video I showed you the 3-path and the 2-path scratch scan method, and today I will show you how it works with only the main scan. So without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see here, I'm sitting in front of my laptop, and yeah, I'm currently on the material page. And yeah, in the first video we talked about it. Here you're going to define your material. Now, the thing that is important right here is that you add the max von Mies stress to all of your layers and your substrate. You can find the max von Mies stress right over here if you click on more, and then it's gonna open up a material value page, very small, and I've already defined it, but that is where you want to add your max von Mies stresses. But now you're gonna ask, Julius, where am I gonna find those? It's pretty simple. You just have to go to the OPFC, which is another module that you can find in the FilmDoctor called Oliver Farr and Coatings. And yeah, so basically all you have to do is you have to put it in there. What I suggest you do, you just go into the description, and there I have another video talking about the OPFC and explaining how you can use it so that you can get your values that you need for the scratch stress analyzer or for anything else that you might need them for. But yeah, basically max von Mies stress, simply go to the OPFC and you can get them from over there. Same thing with the substrate, you just have to click on more right over here and it's going to show you the max von Mies stresses. I've already put them in correctly. So yeah, you just want to press OK, and then you want to press OK again. I'm gonna go and do that over here because I already did all of that. Now here we are. This is our indenter page, and what I've already explained everything in the last video. You're gonna define your object that scratches over your over the surface of your material. I've talked about that you can change your indented shape, and I didn't really show that to you, did I? Now I'm going to do that right now. Simply press on this over here, scratching probe. Yeah, and that's right, sorry, I was simply press on scratching probe, and here you can choose different indenters, but I'm gonna leave the spherical indenter like that because if you zoom in to any object, they are all mainly round shapes and not really pointy. So we just press on calculate now and then press on OK after we did that. So over here, as you can see, I talked about this a lot. Here you can define the different animation steps, or how many animation steps you want in your animation or in your results. Pretty simple. And also this is the place where you can add these different measurement data that I talked about later. Currently I only have the main scan in it, so you're not gonna see much. This is it. If we look back to the other video, it looked a little bit different the last time when we looked at it. So yeah, that's it. Also here, this is for the pre-scan, this big field. This is just a simple flat surface because we have no pre-scan, no data for the pre-scan, and also no data for the how the surface looks like, because basically this is just a flat surface because we have no data for our pre-scan. We just get to the calculate page after we press OK. And yeah, I've already animated it, but here you can decide whether you want a 2D animation or a 3D animation. I suggest that you do both, but it's up to you. Alright, sorry for a little jump cut. I had to go and get something, but yeah, now I'm done and I'm back. So over here on the calculation page, all you want to do is just press on animate. You can decide whether you want to have a 3D animation or a 2D animation. If you simply want a 2D animation, just press over here on the animate button. And I already did that for you, and it took me around 5 minutes, so it shouldn't take too long for you too. So yeah, that's basically all there is to it, and these are our results. I'm gonna show them all next to each other, all of the results from the different methods next to each other, to show you what the differences are. And yeah, but now I'm just going to show you this one. Over here you have your little remote, just as I told you about in the last video. You can jump between the different frames and just let them play one after another. And we can see here, as our video plays, nothing really much happens. This is because simply we don't have a pre-scan and we don't have a post-scan. Of course, you can still calculate all the different stresses and such, and it's still very precise, but it is not as precise as if you would do it with not only main scan but pre-scan and with the pre-scan and the post-scan. Sorry. So yeah, the 3-path scratch scan method is the best one, and then the less measurement data you have, the less precise it is going to get. So yeah, that's basically everything. Again, I'm showing you the shearing stresses in X, Z direction. And yeah, over here, of course, just like the last times, this is the reason why our first layer broke off. It's pretty simple, nothing much special about it, except that you can here not only see if it will break, but also when it will break and where it will break. I talked about this in my first video, that this is very special, because that the FilmDoctor can do that, because not every scratch stress analyzer can determine when and where your material will start to break. So yeah, that was basically it for the video. I'm going to show you the comparison and also the 3D animation. And yeah, I hope that you liked it, and if you have any questions, please ask me. There will also be my email address in the description. In case you want to buy it or have any questions, then just come to me, ask me, I will answer them as much as I can. So yeah, if you want to buy it, come to me, use my email address, and if you have any questions, do the same thing. Now, I thank you all for listening. I wish you all a nice week or weekend or whenever you're watching this, and yeah, goodbye.